Welcome back to my returning subscribers. And if you're a new subscriber here, welcome. We are getting ready to get into week 16 of my GLP-1 journey. You know what? It does not seem like it's been that long, but it has. So, a little housekeeping. So, for my new subscribers, just to show you where I started out, I actually started GLP-1 August the 16th of 2025. My starting weight was 229.5. As far as my clothing sizes, we all know when it comes to whoever designs it, you may end up wearing different little sizes. If we're talking jeans, then I'm usually about a 16 or 18. Like I said, it depends on the maker. If it's not a numerical size, then I usually try to go to double XL. And I love me a good stretch. I don't care if it's jeans, whatever it is, give me some stretch, something to work with. Also, my shirt sizes, I usually get an extra large in my shirts. All right, enough of the housekeeping. And to my new subscribers, we would love to have you as a part of the family. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you know whenever I do drop a video. All right, now if you have been looking through my videos, you probably noticed there are some weeks that are missing. Sorry. The reason for that is because I have been on this GLP-1 since August, and I've been 2.5 this whole way through. So with that 2.5, my body's getting used to it. And so it's just not working the way that it used to. And in the last video, I kind of told you guys what was kind of causing the anxiety is because, you know, I was having the food noise, everything just wasn't as impactful as when I started. And with that being said, when I would get on the scale, I'm coming in around 211 or 211.5. And looking at my notes here, starting October the 18th, pretty much almost all the way to week 14, it was around 211, 211.5. So it wasn't until last week's video that the scale started to drop. So there really weren't any weight updates or anything like that. That's why there were no new videos. So you did not miss anything. So the weight didn't start to come off that little standstill until last week. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, if I did not say so, the itching that I was having with my injection sites, that did stop. I want to say that may have stopped around the last at least 3 weeks or so. I didn't feel any more injection site itching. And it looks like they're starting to try to clear up a little bit, just a little bit, or not. I mean, ain't too many people, I hope, that all up under my arm like that, so I'm okay with it. But, you know, I did want to let you guys know that those of you that may be experiencing the injection site itching and everything, for me, it did stop. So, guess there is, you know, that silver lining there. If you're dealing with that, that it's a possibility it will just go away on its own. All right. Like I said, I will be moving up to 5 the next time that I order. I did tell you guys that in my last video. So that will be happening. Hopefully when I move up, there won't be any new side effects. I'm praying, fingers crossed, because I don't want no problems. I just, the same way it was pretty smooth starting out. I mean, other than the injection site, mild kind of stepping into constipation area a little bit, but you can always, you know, kind of deter that by drinking your water. So not a big deal. Next on the agenda. Oh, Thanksgiving. All right. So we were out on break from work for a full week, the week of Thanksgiving. Let me tell you, I needed that break. Because I do work in the school system, and so we, you know, when you're around kids every day, all day, you need that mental health break, just like they need a break as well. But I pretty much had like this list of stuff that I was like, I'm gonna do this and I need to take care of that and take care of that. Some things that I did get done, but for the most part, I didn't do all the stuff that was on my list, and I'm okay with that. Because like I say, my body needed that rest, that time to recharge and just be for a minute. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I did on my break. Just kind of chillaxed, enjoyed my time with family. Now, in that last video, when I talked about that anxiety and kind of feeling like, man, this is what I used to do every Thanksgiving. And I'm just like, how is this going to work with this medicine not really there to kind of help me reel it in a little bit? So I ain't going to even lie to y'all. Baby, a time was had. Okay. Now, when it came to time to eat, I did, I had one plate, but everything that was on my mind to get, it was on that plate. I piled that plate to the brim. I did. And all this time, since August, I have not drank any type of alcohol. Typically, I would go for wine or Bud Light limes, different little things, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know, I'm not going to drink anything because I want my medicine to have its full potential, if possible, because I know sometimes alcohol can kind of interfere and slow down the weight loss process. But my sister did make something called Hunch Punch. And child, that Hunch Punch was strong, but I did enjoy it. So overall, I mean, I had a really good Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys did too. I had a family member that is starting their catering business, and so they basically catered the event. And I mean, it was so nice. Like they really did a good job. It was a really good time. That's kind of how my Thanksgiving break went. I did have some leftovers, and we all were able to take as much as we wanted with us because it was, man, it was so much food prepared that it was plumb ridiculous. You know what I mean? So yeah, we were able to take it home, and I did take a pretty good amount of food in my box. And my plan was, okay, I'm going to just, you know, probably eat this the next day. Nope. When I got home, I cracked that box right on open. And I pretty much ate majority of the stuff in the box. I did have a little bit left over, so I did eat whatever was left over from that, you know, the next day. But yeah, I really enjoy the food, and I didn't feel bad about it. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's one time out of the year that we pretty much get our favorites, get to enjoy things with the family. So if you kind of overate like I did, and you know, was partaking in a little alcohol here and there. Don't feel bad. You know, it's been a new week, so hopefully you got back on track with your weight loss journey. All right. But what you came for is my weigh-in. Y'all know I really don't get mad about my weight like that, because this is a journey. There may be times that my weight is coming down. There may be times that I may be retaining water, or maybe ate a little too much and might have to go to the bathroom. Who knows? But it may fluctuate just a little bit. Now I was sitting here thinking, because we are in week 16, which is about 4 months, and calculating this, like I started at 229.5, and my weight this week for week 16 is 207.5. Yep. We had a little bit more movement, so I'm grateful for that. But I am kind of looking at my weight since I started at 229.5 and I'm at 207.5, and just looking at my weight loss. If I'm dividing it between the 4 months, it seems like I'm losing about 5 pounds or so a month. And I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I don't want to lose just a gang of weight, which I've talked about before at one time, just because I want my body's elasticity, things like that, to be able to catch up or whatever it needs to do. Hopefully, so that I won't have too much loose skin. I can kind of work on it as I'm losing, you know what I mean? But because I do feel like, when I'm looking at how much per month that it's saying that I'm losing, I feel like, okay, maybe I'm not losing enough. I don't know. How much are you guys losing a month in your weight loss journey? That was kind of one of my thoughts today when I was kind of looking at my numbers. But other than that, that's kind of what's been going on with me. And yeah, because the medicine's not working as well, I'm not really eating as healthy as I would like to. But I'm still trying. That much I can say. I do still try to make some healthier choices in my everyday eating. But I can't lie to y'all and say like everything is healthy. And I really do want to eat a lot more. That's how I got here in the first place. If I'm not eating at the moment, I'm thinking about the next time I'm going to eat and kind of planning like, what do I want to eat for lunch? Or, you know what I mean? Yeah, that food noise and wanting to snack and things like that. I can say like one of my snacks that I really love is Belvita, the blueberry kind. I guess they're a little healthy. I mean, to me, I feel like it's better than me downing a bunch of ice cream and things that I also want to eat. I tear some Baskin Robbins up. But anyway, I'm getting into the rambling territory. But yeah, that is it for this week. So this week's weigh-in is 207.5. And I'm going to leave you guys with, of course, our weekly shot right after this. So thank you so much, guys, for stopping back through, hanging with your girl. and I will see you next week. Y'all know what time it is? Yeah, it's shot time. I think I'm gonna do it right here. Because I've been doing it in my arms, so I decided to switch it up and go back to my thighs. I still have never done it in my stomach, but I've done it. I've done it down here before, and it was okay, but we're gonna try it like right there in that little area. Lord knows there's plenty of beef right there. Plenty of meat. Okay.